Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. I'm so glad you're here. Today we are picking up the conversation with H.G. Tudor and the Sidley Twins, and we're still talking, say it with me, beige. So, in case you missed it, yesterday I posted part one. This is part two. Go back and definitely watch part one. And we go into what's everybody's favorite color. We go into color meaning and all. And then we go into why this one can only wear beige. So this is a continuation of this conversation. We're picking up where HG was explaining why a narcissist might wear just beige over and over, as we've seen Meghan do time and time again. And he makes some really interesting points. And then, of course, the Sidley twins are incredible as well. I'm so excited for you to see the second part. So definitely take a listen. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and stay tuned to the end because we are supporting it's actually two of Nancy and Stephanie's charities. As you know, they always support some sort of animal rescue, and they've picked one for today. So I'll be giving the information of that at the end of the video. Now let's get back into, say it with me, beige.
The fact that we keep commenting about it by saying, oh, she's wearing beige again. There you go. She's got the reaction that she craves. The problem that she has, and this is often where her narcissism lets her down, is she gets the reaction, but not the one that she wants. She wants people going, oh, this one's wife, you wear beige. You look beautiful. Beige is very much your color. No wonder you wear it so often. You look so beautiful in it. Whereas most people are saying, goodness me, look at that. What a mess. Crinkled, unironed, beige again, boring. And that's what's called challenge fuel. So she gets the reaction, which is good, but because there's a criticism wrapped up in it, that's not good for her. And therefore she has to address that threat to control by saying to Harry, they're being mean about me again in what I wear. They're so horrible. Then Harry, of course, is going, oh, sorry, my darling, my little Westphalian pumpernickel, you look so beautiful.
Is that how you hear all Americans speak, by the way?
No, not at all. I just do it. I know it sounds nothing like her, but I like to do it because I think it encapsulates her personality more as this sort of harpy that whines and has the vocal fry, etc.
Yes. No, I think you're right. I always give her a breathy, look at me voice because I feel like that's probably how
Sorry to cut across you, Jen. I think she changed her voice again in that CBS interview. Do you?
Ooh, talk to me. You're all nodding. Did I miss something? Tell me how you think. All of you, chime in. How did she change her voice?
Well, I'll let the ladies go first.
Oh, jeez, the gentleman. I always thought she had that breathy Marilyn Monroe voice. But she did. It changed her. What is it called? The cadence of her voice changed a little bit, and it was jarring because when we first heard it, Nancy said it first. She goes, "She sounds like a different person."
Yeah. When Jane Pauley asked her the question about, wanting to off herself, and she goes, "I didn't think you would ask it, but yeah, she sounded a little more pressed." But
okay,
yeah,
I did notice that, but I just thought she wasn't prepared. Although on second thought, I don't think there's a single question she wasn't prepared for. I think she was pretending to be not prepared. Maybe
I think she's been sounding like this since Nigeria, though. Did you when she grabbed the microphone and said, "I wasn't planning on speaking," but she goes, "I think it would be appropriate."
Yeah,
since it's Mother's Day.
Definitely a change.
There's just something different.
Yeah,
I think she's gone slightly down the Margaret Thatcher route.
Oh.
You may or may not, obviously you know who Margaret Thatcher was.
Yes.
When she first started speaking, she had quite a shrill voice, and she had a voice trainer to lower it and talk in these much lower, slower tones so that people would listen. We are not amused. And so I think that she's trying to sound more authoritative and that she's trying to get away from the breathiness that she's exhibited before, again, in an attempt to be taken more seriously. Now, some people do, of course, change the way that they speak. Most people do. They'll have a conversational style. They'll have a public address style. They'll have an in private style. Whereas with her, there is a noticeable difference. And I agree. I think this first started to manifest in Nigeria. And I think that she's doing this in an attempt to be taken more seriously, to sound more authoritative. And I think it's one of her usual clapbacks against the criticism of the way that she speaks.
Okay. Wow.
I think a divorce is coming. That's why she's doing it. I really do.
Ooh, talk to me about that. Like, to attract a man.
Feel like she is trying to be more authoritative with her voice and the way she is in general. I think she's trying to kind of move away from Harry. I know this Columbia trip does the opposite, but I just have this feeling that it's coming and it's around the bend. I mean, the way she treated him during the ESPY Awards, that was crazy. It's just like, I mean, whoever's coaching her, I don't think she's doing this on her own. I don't think she's waking up and going, I need to have more, volume in my voice.
Because I mean,
I don't think she listened to anybody.
Sorry, Jen, what?
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. No, I just don't think she'd listen to a coach if she had one.
See, I don't think she has a coach. I think she is just imitation, trying to imitate someone. I really do.
Elizabeth Holmes popped into my head when you guys said she changed her cadence.
That's who I was thinking of too.
One drop. I can't do that voice.
That was the first person I thought of.
My voice is too high pitch. HG, you have a deep voice. Say just one drop.
Well, actually, as you know, this one's wife telephoned me, and of course, and one of the things that I didn't include in the video was that she said, "Could you give me some vocal coaching because you've got the baritone voice?"
Well, HG, can you give us all some vocal coaching real quick? Tell us something. How do we talk in a lower register?
Well, part of when you're engaged in public speaking is naturally to speak slower. Not so slow as people think that you're having a stroke, but that when people are nervous, as they often are when they're engaged in public speaking, they naturally speed up. So the first thing to do is to speak slower and to ensure that what you're saying is being elucidated in a way that people are able to hear what you're saying. Now, I have a naturally deep voice. You won't. As you say, you're not Elizabeth Holmes. But the key to it is it's not so much about whether you've got a deep voice or not. It's about delivery. And so it's to be measured and in a way where you control the pace of what you're saying and pausing for emphasis. Now, if you have regard to any public speaker that does a lot of it, you'll notice that they particularly speak in short phrases and there'll be a pause. Barack Obama is a very good example of this. He'll say something and there'll be a pause. And it's not that he's necessarily waiting for applause at that point. He's wanting it to sink in. And it gives him time to think as well about what he's going to say next. So rather than going at 100 miles an hour and your words spilling over one another, the key thing really, a starting point, is to slow down what you're saying and to make sure what you're saying is being said clearly. And you're less likely then to trip over words. You're less likely to get them muddled up. So that's a basic coaching tip that I'd offer.
That's
a basic beige coaching tip.
I was going for the slower pass. I talked too fast. That is an insightful response.
There you are. You've already taken it on board and mastered it.
That's right.
Stephanie and I, unfortunately, are never going to be able to shake our West Coast accent. It's not
about losing the accent. You should keep your accent.
Yeah.
Your accent is who you are. And some people, you're always going to find somebody who might not like your accent. There are some people who don't like my voice. There are some people
they're wrong.
Call me creepy. I mean, they're no longer with us as a consequence of having said that. But there's always going to be someone that won't like your voice. So fuck them. It doesn't matter. Your accent,
not literally, Stephanie.
So your accent is part of who you are, and that's important. So keep your accent. What you have to focus on is clarity of what you're saying.
Okay. I hope Megan's listening.
I'm sure she is.
I hope she is.
I'm sure she is. All right. Very insightful. Thank you, HG, for that. Bringing it back to Beige, all three of you have been around many high-profile people and celebrities. Talk to me. Have you ever seen patterns like this before? Have you ever... I mean, of course, we find something that looks good on us. We want to repeat it, but this constant beige thing. Have you seen anything like that?
Not the beige, but like, I'm not going to say who he is, but my boyfriend does does it. He wears the same clothes
It's
mostly.
The Rock. The Rock.
What? The Rock. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Rock.
All right, go ahead.
I mean,
didn't realise you were going out with Dwayne
he's been
Johnson.
famous. He's been famous since the 90s, so he's a little older than me, but he tends to wear the same clothes, same types of clothes all the time. And I asked him once why he did it, and he said, because it doesn't age me. People see me wearing something that I had on 10 years ago, 20 years ago. I still look like the same person. I still, people run into me at the, and it is true. So
Did you not look a little bit silly in shorts and a Mickey Mouse hat, though?
But yeah, it's like a uniform. I mean, when he does his stage shows, he even wears the same. He's been wearing the same shirt for, I want to say, 20 years.
I mean, yeah. I mean, as far as celebrities go, Jen, I mean, I think that is true. I mean, I could say I'm a close family friend of Dionne Warwick's, and Dionne wears the same stuff on stage all the time. I remember
she's gorgeous.
Gorgeous. I remember she came to Portland once, and her and I went shopping at Saks, and she wanted to get this new outfit for the next night. We were going to this charity thing, and she ended up wearing an outfit that she always wears, though. She ended up leaving the outfit that we just bought in the hotel room, and she ended up wearing what she always wears.
And I even know the dress you're talking about. She wears it
the
all
purple
the time.
one. Yeah. But I'm just saying, it's like, I don't know, maybe it is like Nancy's boyfriend. Maybe it is a type of thing where it doesn't age you.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
All right.
I've never, but is that even answering your question? I've never been around Meghan people.
I've never seen
actually, no, I have.
I've never seen the beige.
I've never seen the beige.
I have. Jada Pinkett Smith.
Did she wear beige quite a bit?
She wore beige all the time. She used to wear the same outfit all the time. And she, to me, and this is my opinion, is a narcissist. Just because I know her and I've hung out with her, and the way she used to talk to me and the way she used to talk about her husband. Does that answer your question? I mean, I don't know.
It does, yeah.
Without divulging too much.
No, I've shared the same opinion. I believe her to be a narcissist. I'm not diagnosing, but I believe her to be a narcissist.
That's my opinion, yeah.
That's an interesting point. So you've seen quite a bit of beige, though, with her.
A lot.
White and beige.
White and beige, monotone colors. Never like a crazy hairstyle, just the same uniform. And treating her, in my opinion, her husband badly in front of people. That's just my opinion. She wasn't very nice to me either. So, or my boyfriend.
HG, I am going to move on to you, but before I do, Nancy, tell me about your boyfriend's stage show. Is it Magic Mike? No.
Yeah.
Oh God!
I need to bring dollar bills.
You would not want to see that version.
Magic. I'll bring a whole bunch of ones, and we'll come hang out. Yeah. Emphasis on hanging out. HG, your turn. Talk to me. You've been around famous people since people think you're advising the royal family, but have you seen any patterns like this before?
Oh, just picking up on what Stephanie was saying about Jada Pinkett Smith. Yes, she is a narcissist. And I've undertaken a multi-part series explaining why she is in comprehensive detail. So let's just tick that box there. When it comes to a pattern of wearing certain outfits, of course, there are, amongst famous people, it's often very much part of their identity. Think, for example, Elton John and his outlandish stage outfits. That's what people know him for. Yeah. There's an interior designer in the United Kingdom called Lawrence Llewellyn-Bowen, who he wears these sort of dandy outfits, which are part of creating an image in the mind of the viewer that's associated with him. And it happens repeatedly with these patterns. Think about dress down days at investment banks. All the men come in wearing chinos and Ralph Lauren shirts, don't they? They all end up wearing the same type of thing. So you do see these patterns of behavior. And I think it comes back to, for some, it's about they believe that they look good wearing that. It works for them, so don't mess with it. As Nancy was saying about her boyfriend, he says it doesn't age him. So there's a concrete reason for dressing in that way. So you will see that people will engage in a pattern of behavior in relation to what they wear. The question becomes, what is the driver behind it? And of course, as a narcissist, this one's wife's driver is different to that of other people who are not narcissists, different to that, for instance, of Nancy's boyfriend, different to some of the people that will be wearing the herd mentality clothing at a dress down day. But yeah, you do see amongst famous people, they adopt a pattern of certain dress. It might be because they think they look really good wearing that way. Often it's about drawing attention to themselves. Part of it's about a brand and an image. With Jada Pinkett Smith, with Stephanie's talking about how she wears beige, I think she was doing that as part of trying to accentuate, because she believes she looks so naturally beautiful with, not much hair and not much makeup, etc. So I think she does that to try and draw attention to her natural features. Part of her narcissism, which is, look at me, I'm beautiful. You don't need to look at what I'm wearing.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, that kind of leads into my next question for you, HG, which is, do you feel like it's a way to mask, like masking in narcissism, like where the narcissist presents this facade to the world, do you think?
Well, she doesn't mask her narcissism because she doesn't know that she's a narcissist. So she doesn't consciously take any steps to think, right, I've got to hide these particular behaviors.
Mhm.
Her narcissism does it on her behalf, like a background app that's always running. So I don't think that it's necessary. It's not done to mask particular behaviors. In some instances, people adopt wearing particular clothing because it's like a suit of armor for them. So for instance, think of, in the United Kingdom, a barrister. He wears a gown, tab and a wig. Not as much as they used to. That's in a way his form of armor. I put this on, I'm now in barrister mode. So I'm now going to be an advocate in court. So I think with this one's wife, it really does go back to what purpose does it serve vis-a-vis her narcissism?
I gotcha. And then for Nancy and Stephanie, so I have people in my comments, and I hate to bring this around to the Kardashians, but in my comments, they constantly say they believe it's somehow related to the Kardashians. I really don't know much about them, but from what they've explained to me is that Kim's house, I guess, was done completely in beige.
Yeah.
And then she went through a period of beige clothes. I mean, I'm asking you guys because I'm guessing HG probably doesn't keep up with them, and I don't either. Tell me about that.
It started with Kanye. He put out his Yeezy line with Adidas, and it was just all beige.
All beige.
I think it was season 2.
Yeah.
And she started wearing all the clothes because their promotional campaign for that was her taking photos from Backgrid and them getting published in the magazines. And that's
familiar.
when her beige era started, and her whole house is beige. The furniture, everything.
Are the comments asking if Meghan's copying Kim?
Yes, if it's somehow
I don't
related
think so.
to that. You don't think so?
I think that's just I think beige is beige. It's like, it's very easy. It's a very easy color. It's I mean, let's be honest. I mean, it might be for non-intelligent people. Who knows? It might be.
Sure. I just wonder, I thought it was an interesting point. Again, I just didn't realize about the beige with them. And I thought, well, maybe that is the low-hanging fruit. Like, okay, somebody very successful, like regardless what you think, she's made a lot of money.
Yeah.
Somebody successful is just wearing beige. Well, then I'm going to wear beige. HG, do you have any thought? I know Kardashians, all that, but do you have any thoughts on that? Like, would it be do you see Meghan as somebody that would try to copy something like that? Or was her narcissism just be like, I don't need to copy anybody?
Well, the starting point is that narcissists regularly copy, regularly mimic.
Oh, okay.
That's the nature of the beast, because many of them, because they have no sense of self, the narcissist is created from bits and pieces off everybody else. This is called character trait acquisition. So the narcissist subconsciously builds a construct of what the outside world sees, and it borrows fragments and shards and pieces of other people. So narcissists routinely copy. So we've seen this, of course, repeatedly with this one's wife. How many times has she plagiarized speeches where she's taken what people have said and then passed it off as something that she's said? We've seen it in the way that she dresses with her Diana duplication, with the cosplaying that she does in that regard. So as a starting point, there is a prima facie argument to suggest that, yes, she would copy somebody. However, with the Kardashians, she would regard herself as superior to them. Even though they're wealthier than her, she would basically see them, because don't forget, she's a duchess, don't you know? And she would see them as beneath her. And she would just see them basically as reality TV stars. That wouldn't stop her cozying up to them if she were to meet them, because of course she's a hypocrite. But she would have an innate view that she's superior to them, and therefore I don't think her narcissism would lead her to copy what they're doing. It does lead her to copy others. I think her narcissism, because she's aspirational in that respect, she believes that she's more on the lines of great political women and philanthropic women throughout history and that type of individual, and you're more elegant superstar, not some trashy, large-breasted, big-bottomed reality star that's crashed her way into billionaire status. She would regard that as beneath her.
That goes okay. So I read that book about the Beckhams, and that goes exactly with what Tom Bauer had said. The same is that she wanted to make sure that Victoria knew that Meghan felt like she was beneath her. So that would play into that. I totally agree. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up, but I want to know from each of you, what is your beige flag? And in case somebody listening doesn't know what a beige flag is, it's a slang in a relationship term. It's an odd or quirky characteristic, but not one that's inherently good or bad. So what would be a beige flag? Do you have any, starting with you, Nancy?
Oh, gosh.
I know, sorry. I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I can start. Somebody that wears beige.
Why don't you, Jen? You go first. Well,
right. Somebody that wears beige. I could not hang out with somebody that constantly wears beige. That's my beige flag.
Oh,
okay. This might be weird. I guess it's quirky. I don't like that. Like that tiny tile.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's your relationship.
Does it have to be a relationship?
Yeah, that's what she said.
I thought she said anything like
no. Anything. I'm sorry. I was reading the definition. It said relationship. It could be any kind of beige flag.
Okay.
I agree with you. I hate small tile.
When I go to hotels, I don't like putting if the bathroom has that tiny tile, I can't put my feet on that tiny tile. I can do it on marble, but not tiny tile. I freak out. And then I swear, that's the only thing that came to my.
I know.
That is a great one. I can totally understand that.
It's insane. I know, it's crazy.
No, it's not. I totally get it.
It's good though.
It's more space for grout, and grout can get gross.
It freaks me out every time.
I
have to check the hotel before I go.
Okay. So before The Rock takes you away for a romantic weekend, you make him check. All right, Stephanie, go for it. Tell me any beige flag. I know.
I don't like bad breath.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm with you. I'll carry
that's not a red flag, but that's just a big fat no to me. Yeah. I don't know. God, Jen.
No, that's good. It's good. HG, your turn. Tell us your beige flag.
I wasn't aware there was such a thing as a beige flag until a few moments ago. So I come away enlightened. I would say somebody who doesn't like cheese.
Oh, that's a good one. Who doesn't like cheese? I don't want to be friends with them. Do you have a favorite cheese?
Do I have a favorite cheese? Yeah. I like cheese that makes your teeth tingle. So strong, mature cheeses. Not particularly bothered about the runny ones. Although soft ones are okay. I like blue cheeses, a Danish blue. That's rather nice. But I'm particularly fond of strong cheddars.
All right. They make your teeth. What did you say? Make your teeth rattle?
No, not rattle. Make you sound like a drug addict.
No.
Tingle.
Oh, I missed it. I didn't understand.
Tingle.
A tingle. Gotcha. Yeah. Well, good cheese can rattle teeth, right? Maybe.
That's good sex.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I was confused.
The bed rattles.
It's better in your teeth.
That might be a beige flag, right? If it doesn't rattle. But as we wrap this up, Nancy and Stephanie, I'm going to pop up on screen. You had two charities that we wanted to call attention to that I thought were such great causes. Talk to me about them, starting with Rough Start.
Oh, the Virgin Islands are getting hit with really bad weather, so we just have this charity.
Yeah, one is Rough Start, and they search for homeless dogs and dogs in need of veterinary care, and they just take them off the streets and find fosters and hopefully forever homes. but mostly just going around and looking for animals that need help.
Strays.
Yeah, definite strays. And the other one is St. Croix Animal Wellness Center, and they pretty much do the exact same thing. They get them veterinary care. They've actually been around since 1973, but mostly going after the homeless dogs that need our help. You know, a lot of the homeless dogs are either pregnant or they have puppies, and the puppies just live on the streets. So during this time with all the nasty weather going on, we really want to highlight the two little smaller shelters on the island.
Those are great causes, and we will definitely check them out. That one's St. Croix Animal Welfare Center. Okay, I'll flash them both on screen so people can see them. And tell us how we can help your channel. We're getting you guys to, what was it, 70,000?
Yeah, God, I know. It's crazy. It's only been like a year and a half, and we want to thank everybody out there for subscribing. It's pretty amazing. And we're just trying, main thing is we're trying to get the word out on elder abuse and how we need to recognize what elder abuse is and what they did, and also animal charity. So everybody, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And then is there a video that you want to promote, something we can watch to go help you? This will come out a little later this week.
Okay, well, then all week we're going to be covering Colombia. Colombia. I was told I say it wrong.
Cartagena.
Yeah. Colombia. Yeah.
Is it? Wait, say that again. I thought
they're going to Cartagena.
No,
Colombia.
We have something in Oregon called Columbia Sportswear.
Yeah.
So that's why I say Colombia, but it's Colombia.
Oh, it's Colombia.
Colombia. Okay, I've been saying it wrong too.
Well, you all have to, don't you have to do your videos in the style of Sofia Vergara?
Oh my goodness! Oh man, she's pretty.
We get some of her curves, and we'll get right on that.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, and then HG, your turn. Tell us how we can help you. Tell us what you're working on. Tell us everything.
Well, you can help me by ensuring that people understand that if they want to understand why this one's wife behaves as she does, and for instance, as we touched on Jada Pinkett Smith, and many people in the world. Come and have a little look over at my channel, and it'll unlock many mysteries of the world as to why people behave the way that they do. So, for instance, as the twins have just spoken about elder abuse, many instances of that is as a consequence of the behavior of a narcissist towards an elderly person. Not always, but often is the case, because narcissists lack emotional empathy. Those that animals and don't look after them can often be found to be narcissists. Not all narcissists do. Some narcissists actually treat animals very well. But the point is that many of the behaviors of human beings the explanation can often be found in relation to narcissism. So that's why I encourage so many people to try and understand it. What am I working on at the moment? Well, other than naturally also covering the adventures of Hank and Skank, trademark Jen.
Thank you for that.
In Colombia. I'm also have a series which is about somatic narcissists, which is what this one's wife is, because it's the sort of holiday season. And yesterday I did one which was called The Somatic Narcissist Goes to the Airport. So it tells you how a narcissist of a particular type behaves at the airport. It's quite amusing as well. So there's going to be ones, for instance, how they behave in the swimming pool, and how they behave at the gym, and how they behave at the hotel, and so forth. So people not only find that entertaining, but I also find it educational. So I'd encourage them to look out for that as well.
Oh, I'm so excited to watch. Thank you for that. And I do have a last request from you. Well, for now, because I'm going to be bugging you in the future. But when you came on my show before, you showed us your honker. And a lot of people said, we need a more sultry honk from you. Can we have another go at a honk honk? Last time you did a perfect impression of a drunken goose. Can we have a sultry honk honk?
A sultry honk honk?
Yes.
Honestly, I feel like I'm just being treated like a machine here.
You know what? There are three of us and one of you. Good luck, mister.
Okay, let's see what we can muster up. Honk, honk.
There you go. That's excellent. All right, twins, I'm going to put you on the spot. Can I have your sultriest honk honk?
Jeez.
I know. I'm so sorry, but you got this.
Honk, honk.
Woo! I love it. Woo!
I don't know. I got nothing. I'm in a beige shop. I got nothing.
Say that again, HG. What did you say?
put me in mind of the twins out of The Shining. I thought you were going to say, "Come play with us."
Yes.
Oh, that would have been better.
Yeah, let's freak the audience out.
That's my goal.
Yay.
Thank you all so much for being here in this anything but beige conversation. I appreciate you all so much. Can't wait to watch all of your videos. And of course, we HG sat down with the Sidley Twins on his channel, and then he sat down with me. So go watch his stuff over there, our interviews with him. And yeah, I'm just excited to see what comes out of the shit show Columbia trip. So we'll all be talking about it. We'll get back together and make fun of that very soon.
Thank you, Jen.
Thank you guys so much.
Jen.
We'll talk
Thank
again
you.
soon. Bye-bye. A huge thank you to the Sidley Twins and to HG Tudor for sitting down and having this lovely, not beige, chat about beige. I really appreciate it. So again, this was part 2. If you didn't, go back and watch part 1. Make sure you're subscribed to the Sidley Twins. We're trying to get them to 70,000. Make sure you're subscribed to HG Tudor. I mean, come on, that voice, right? Thank you guys for always sticking with me, for being so lovely. I'm dying to read your comments about this chat. What did you think about those very seductive honks? What do we think? Guys, I appreciate you so much. I really do. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I do, and I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. Take care. Have the best day. Honk, honk. Should I do it seductively too? Honk, honk, everybody. Honk, honk. Bye.